Oops. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Good morning. Yeah, so I'm supposed to put the video in queue so then I can give guys a chance to get here when I start talking. I'm the worst YouTuber ever. That's why I'm in dungeon of YouTube. But again, these videos are just for you to enjoy the moan, the bad, the boob, the main point is to be with us live. So let me just hang in there for a second. Good morning, y'all. Close. Do, 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 do. And what's up? Good morning. So exciting times, black swans, right? But was it a black swan? Here's what I saw the other day: a UVXY that sprung to life. And just before that, if you don't know, let me explain what I witnessed. I'm a seller of premium, right? So I sell puts on stocks that I like, and I sell them where I want to buy them. And if they never go to those prices, they expire worthless and I get to keep the money. That's the premise of the put seller, right? So I had sold some puts on the QQQ about a month ago, maybe a couple of months ago, right? And I remember the prices from where I sold them and just a couple of whatever it was. The Qs have gone up, and you would think the put values would be going down, but the put values were increasing. So what does that tell you? Volatility is factored into the price of your option. It's based on what the stock will do and the volatility and the time. They were being increased in value even though the stocks were going the opposite direction. That just means that they're anticipating more volatility. And I started to notice that on Monday. And then coincidentally, they threw a black swan event. I don't believe anything's a coincidence in the stock market. And I'm sure most of you guys, everybody's got their own conspiracy theories. My conspiracy theories about the market being rigged have been proven true. So let's just continue with that theory that it is all rigged. And they needed a reason for the market to have a correction. We were going to have a correction anyway. So now they could name it the downgrade of debt correction. But the point is, we've won. Hood got to where you want to be. So there's rules to trading. Now, we had our fun. Swing trading and investing is not my bag, baby. I don't care. And you're witnessing why I don't want to own stocks. It's been a fun month and a half, close to 2 months. You know what happens every 3 months? Earnings. I don't want to own stocks going into earnings reports. Nothing ever works out for me. It's not a coincidence. It's been 30 years. If I go into a report, generally something goes wrong. That's why I didn't want to go into CDLX. And I didn't even go into rig with stock. I went into rig with options because I don't want to be hammered. So when you look at a stock like Generic, the company that got smoked for 30 something points yesterday, down 26%, and there was nobody buying the dip on that, that's not what I want to walk into. And now you see where Schrodinger is, and you see where Hood is. And let's say you own Qualcomm going into the report. This is a time to be selling out of stocks. And I've been saying that for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. Remember, the Glicks are out of the queues finally after 30 something years. No more queues. For the first time, we're queueless. Also, the swing trade experiment was a joke. just to see if I could buy 18 or 19 stocks that looked interesting on charts, and they all broke out. It wasn't about the companies or the stories or who owns them or the CEOs or what hedge funds involved. They were all based on charts. AAOI, CDLX, ENVX, NNOX, DraftKings, Beyond Meat, IEP, Penn, Hood, AAOI, Para, ADPT, Ring, GDRX, Schrodinger, NNOX, Kenview, Kenview was actually about, by the way, Kenview was the story. And look how that worked out. I bought the story. I had 1 day of profitability on that stock. Yeah, the stories. I bought the story on Mob. Let's see how that works out too. MOB. I bought the story. I like that they make drones. For me, the story doesn't matter. It's letters, numbers, price, fear, greed, and momentum and VWAP. So when you focus on that, why did I have to buy stocks? Because every stock I watch, the ones that I traded the most, were breaking out of massive bottom formations. That was the time to own Carvana at 850, CDLX at 585, AAOI at 250, Hood at 985, IEP at 2750, DraftKings at 1875, Beyond Meat even when it broke over 15. NNOX was looking awesome there for a while, one of the stinkers. So, and of course, rig. It's not about whether oil recovers or not. Rig was a chart pattern first. The chart always precedes what you think moves a stock. The news comes after. That's why they sell the news. That's why Uber was the easiest short on earth. If you came in thinking you were going to pound the table on the Uber when they reported earnings, the stock had already moved from $27 to $52. What do you want? If you haven't learned from the Kathy Wood top, when stocks go up hundreds of percent, you should sell. When Roku went from 50 to 500 and she's pounding the table about owning Roku, what did you need? The stock was up 1,000%. What more are you going to get? Palantir, we won 1250, got us 20. Cha-ching. So you're witnessing right now with Genentech or whatever the name of that company is, the blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It's GNRC. And it means nothing to me. And I probably won't ever trade the stock ever again. These are numbers and letters and prices. Rambus, don't care. If you own it, I hope it does go to 250 for you if it breaks 120, 3.5, 5 years from now. Who cares? Just make the 3 points on it when it breaks VWAP yesterday. CVS, awesome trading. Anyway, it doesn't matter about any of that. The point I'm making is look at some of the stocks. Look at what Schrodinger is doing today. And why did we sell it? Because they were going to report. Don't own these stocks going into reports. Don't get Genentech or generic or whatever the name of that company is, where you're in a stock and you're doing well for a month and a half, 2 months, 3 months, and you give it back in 1 day. Why would you do it? Or you take a shot, you like some rig, and by the way, that's a bad print. Those are out of the money prints on rig. What's up, my man? So right now we're exiting the market. And what was the first sign to start exiting the market? I posted it on YouTube and I posted it on StockTwits and Twitter. By the way, please follow me, help me build my social media presence again, because I'm going to start, guru wars. I want to try to get everybody on YouTube to battle it out. I really want to get this thing going, but I need to get my presence a little bit more popular. Anyway, we'll get to that some other time. But right now, this is a great time to be liquid again. If you're nervous at all, just hit the monster key. It is the greatest feeling in the world. Just dump them all. I don't care that I took a loss on Beyond Meat. You're done. I don't care. If the stock's not cooperating, you're gone. You're done. I don't need to watch these things and be concerned. Now I could go back to just trading whatever's put in front of me. Give me some more Tupperware action. Give me some more yellow. Give me some more earnings reversals, and we're good. So we have been just people who are trading the earnings reversals understand now they work, and you're getting opportunities every day to trade these stocks, and not for quarters and 50-cent pieces. These are dollar trades. And then when they show up on Thursdays and Fridays, these are 100% gainers. So if you think you're scalping here and making pennies and, and dimes and nickels, you get an earnings reversal on a Thursday or Friday, you're talking about an option that's going up 3 to 4 to 500%. That JP Morgan trade we had was a 300% trade. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. But now you got to understand, we won. Take the money. Don't get Schrodingered. Schrodinger's down 11 points. It's right back to where we bought it. So for every CDLX that pops on earnings, you get Genentech and Schrodingered, and for Hood and Qualcomm. The idea of owning a stock that's run into earnings and thinking it's going to pop another 20% is crazy. I would, no matter how much you loved AMD, you knew that gap was going to be sold. No matter what happens with Nvidia, I think, but I don't even know when they're going to report. When is that big day? Did they report already? I mean, it seems like the other day when they reported and the stock went up 1,000 points, August 23rd. You think that's going to pop another 20% that day? I would never go into that report long. I wouldn't go into it short. I just wouldn't go into it owning that position. I wouldn't be in a position. And that's where earnings, you don't want to ruin the idea if you're in the name and then you got to trade around it. By the way, Tupperware right now, hello. As a matter of fact, a lot of just a weird data going through, a lot of bad prints. But you'd rather be trading like the ENVX, for instance. Great move into the report. We sold it, right? Then the stock gapped up on the report. And what did you do? You crushed it, right? It was an earnings reversal on a stock that you're familiar with. You annihilated it that day. And then maybe you bought it back for the swing trade, but it doesn't matter. So, what I'm saying is, if you've been following along, we're out of the queues for the first time in history. Nothing. Big Al is done. He's locking up his money into treasuries. He's putting his money into high yield real estate investment trusts. He's putting his money into high yield stuff that he doesn't have to worry about. And if he just said real estate investment trusts are in danger, not the ones my dad invests in, he never gets it wrong. My dad has been finding 8.5 to 12.5% yields for the last 50 years. The guy's the man. And he's out of the queues now for the first time, probably since 06. So take that under advisement. Anyway, but when I walk in and I see another monster down day on a stock that I just sold, it's not, and again, I'm the most unlucky guy there is. No doubt. Nothing ever. Seriously. I've never had, hey, that was a good luck trade. No. I've had disasters. I've been Enron, WorldCom. I bought stocks that I never thought were scams. Penson. I mean, I've been beat by every stock. I cannot own a stock. But the market was so strong that, like I was saying, my dog could have built a portfolio last month and made money. Half the picks were his also. Brody. So just, you don't want to walk in with your stock getting hammered, because that's going to take you out of the trade. Because now we could come in today and say, hey, look at that disaster in Qualcomm. Let's try to take advantage of it without any distractions. Hey, Schrodinger, why is that down 11 points? I don't know. Let's read about it together. I don't know, but I'm glad I sold my 150 shares. Schrodinger, let's see. Schrodinger trares a jabba-jubba-dee-ba-dabba-doobity. Schrodinger announces FDA clearance. That sounds like good news. Announces clearance for their drug, but they don't make any money. The drug companies aren't supposed to make any money. It's all about research and development. So now I come in and I'm like, oh, cool, Schrodinger. Remember, I wasn't buying Schrodinger because of their drugs. The stock fit the criteria of a chart that has been working, SDGR, right? That's why I bought it. Stock broke 36.50. It looked like it was going to go to 60 bucks. It went to 50 and change. I read they were reporting earnings. I'm not holding into earnings reports, but now I come in. I'm like, oh, cool. Schrodinger. Nice. It's down under 40 bucks. Now I can think about getting involved today, just like Randus. So and let me just say you one more time, if you're sitting there with a small portfolio and you've got winners and you've got losers, what do you normally sell first? You normally sell your winners. Don't do that. You have to sell them all at the same time. Don't just sell the winners. You have to sell the losers at the same time. Hit the monster key. Don't even look at the price. I'm selling, I'm selling, I'm selling, I'm selling. I wasn't looking at the prices. I don't care. I just want out. I'm not holding stocks into earnings. I don't care what price it is. Take a loss, because if you only sell your winners, then the losses generally get worse. Whoop. Here comes the yellow. And then what was great, you made all that money on the winners, and then you want to hold the losers because, all right, let me just give them a chance to come back. They generally get worse. And then you're losing more money and taking away from the winners that you already sold. Wipe them all out at the same time. Get back to cash, especially going into today. You got Apple and Amazon are going to basically tell us where this market might be going for the next 3 to 6 to 9 weeks. It could be the most insane gap down, shake everybody out, rally into the close kind of psychotic day. And tomorrow, I've never been more excited to schmooze in my life. So if you guys haven't sent me an email, I'm going to nap twice today because I got a birthday sushi party. And then we'll get to schmoozing around 9 o'clock. So I definitely want to start looking at those charts. I'll show you how we do the setups. I'll show you what we're looking at, and you're all welcome to party with us the whole night. And then, get your IV drip and make sure you're here bright and early on Friday morning so we can get some of these 2 to 3 to 5 to 700 baggers. And the Jets game tonight. Yeah, I'm not even watching. I'll record it. I don't watch preseason games generally. I haven't. Is that thing the Jets behind the scenes thing still on? I haven't even paying attention. I'm trying to pretend that it's not coming. Like I have no expectations whatsoever. I'm like almost pretending that it's not, that the season's never showing up. It's never going to happen. We're never going to see football ever again. I'm not even accepting that it's coming. It's so close. I can taste it. I don't want to know. But anyway, speaking of stocks that we do still own, Carvana, right? I mean, it's a joke now. An $85 January call. Who the hell thought we'd be talking about that, right? That's all I got left. Stock could go to zero. Doesn't matter. We've cashed out, right? $50 calls, those November 50s or whatever they know. Sorry, the November 30s it started out with. It's just been an extraordinary run. But let's not become Kathy Wood here. When you're up 100% on a stock, that's usually something you want to sell. Don't make the same mistake 20 times. Don't make the same mistake. So there's rules to what we do here. And one of the rules is get the hell out of stocks before they report. Unless you're truly an investor, which I'm not. If I had to choose one stock that I'm invested in, I guess you would say RIG. I don't plan to sell RIG. I got this GDRX, which I kind of like. I think it might be a takeover. NNOX, I bought leaps on it, so I'm in it. I guess I'm an investor, but they're all limited risk, and everything I own is basically defined. If Rivian goes to zero, hey, whatever. I bought it in the money call to be part of the stock. Again, if you wanted the stock to trade Sorry, if you want to own a stock and have it reflect, what I like doing is buying in the deep in the money called leaps. That's how I bought the Qs. So let's say the Qs are at 372. You want to own some Qs. I would go out and I'd buy like a, you know, 2 years out, 330 deep in the money call. Instead of laying out, 330 grand, you only got to lay out 20 grand. That's how I would, when I say I'm long the Qs, a lot of times it's a deep in the money call. But listen, some of these stocks today, if and again, the market is now in flux suddenly. We've thrown it a curveball, and that's what we're supposed to do. I'm glad. UVXY is green. You can't take buying the dip seriously if UVXY is green. That's it. You need UVXY to go back to its dog self, give it up, and then the coast will be clear. But if UVXY, again, this will be 3 up days in UVXY. I I don't I don't remember the last time we even had a three up days on the UVXY in a row. I mean, it was the beginning of May, and that was right after the split. So it was probably some jokes, some bullshit move, some small moves, but it's not too many days where UVXY comes back to life and stays strong. Actually, this is only day 2. No, we had Monday was green, yesterday was green, or maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm right. Nah, UVXY was definitely green the last 3 days, 2 days. Yesterday was up huge, and yes, then Monday was today's Thursday. No, I was definitely. I don't see it on the chart, but weird. I don't know. But bottom line is, you cannot be looking to buy the dip yet until UVXY starts to roll over. So, and look, we haven't had 2 significant down days in a while, right? So we're back under the monthly, we're back under the 30-day VWAP. Chances are this market's going to have some trouble now. And look, haven't you been looking for a reason to sell? Here, they gave it to you. It's easy. It's usually not so blatant. Here's a good reason to sell. And what are you going to miss out on not owning stocks? You think we're going to have the best 5 months now that we've ever had in 50 years? We just experienced the best 7 months. I'm going to show you how to make money in the stock market. I am, what was that guy, Tony Little? I'm going to show you, no, Don Lepre. Don Lepre, the best infomercial guy in the world. I'm going to show you, what the hell was I just saying? I don't know what I was saying now. Okay, that was dumb. I go off on a tangent. Something about not owning stocks. Something about that, right? Yeah, something about that. I don't even know what I was saying. So I'm going to go. I'll see you in the room. Make sure you send me an email. Come and hang out tonight. We got salmon, we got tuna, we got crab, we got shrimp, we got the good soy paper with the pink paper. We got plenty of tequila to go around. I got 17 varieties of Reposado for my friend. And cheers. It's been a really awesome year. Oh, that's what I was saying. We just had the greatest 7 months to start any year in the last 50 years. Do you think it's gonna you think it's gonna be the greatest 5 more months? You know what I'm saying? The market was set up to consolidate, and they needed a reason. Here's one. It is what it is. That's what's so great about this. But if you follow the rules, right? And one of my rules when I do write my damn book, where's that book? One day, this will be a real book. Infinitesimally, oh man, I can't even speak. I need some more coffee. Infinitesimally small balls. The story of how I lost my courage, my money, built up my career, thought I was really something special, and then I lost it all again. And then I built it up one more time. So right now, that's why I have to write the third chapter. We're still in it. So when I get done with the book, my triumphant rise, the Zach Hurwitz moment, all the VWAP, Brian Shannon, it's all going to be in the book. All my debauchery and all the things that you think you might know, all the people you met, all the cast of characters. It's going to be a good book with recipes also coinciding with the book. So chart patterns, recipes, stories of yore, and of course, I will be reading aloud my book one day. Come and get an autographed copy. All right, I got to go. I'll see you in the room. Be careful, and you know, chances of the market's not going to go down, right? Oh, right. You guys probably right. I mean, you do realize this is all manipulated, right? Just follow the money. Market wants to go up today. UVXY starts tanking. You know the drill. Every time this market looks like it wants to go down, it goes right back up. All right, be careful out there. See ya.